haven't gone number 2 since Friday, since we left on tour. So
he's gonna shit on stage.
We're gonna be like turtles up here. But I drink some. What's that stuff called?
It's called Citrorama.
I drink Citrorama.
Hey, it works.
I spiked his drink, so we're gonna be rabbits up here.
Yeah, we're gonna be getting like rabbits.
This song's called Ian Stewart. We're FYP, and this song's called Ian Stewart.
That song's about killing Nazis, fighting fascism. And we'll give you lectures later on. Lectures on
It's not about
DC
killing
next.
comma, bruh.
Our show on Friday got canceled on account of us not being straight edge. On account of me holding a beer in my hand.
That's we're gonna do minor threats.
So, no. Quickly, I won't bore you with this story, but I booked a show 2 months ago in Seattle, outside of Seattle in the suburbs. Guy said he was straight edge. I said we wouldn't drink. We respect that. Do what you want to do. Whatever's clever, as Sean says. And his mom ran into me last weekend, saw me with this light beer in my hand, and said the show's off, which is fine, but you all know how stupid it is.
No,
Basically, it's taking money out of our pocket is what it is, and it's fucking
no,
us
because it
over.
ruined her quote.
Her credibility.
Whoa,
The 40-year-old
it ruined her
fucking
credibility.
idiot with X's on her back.
But
Hey, I mean, I used to go to Gorilla Biscuit shows and do backflips too, but it doesn't
But I've still got credibility with the
It
con.
doesn't mean I didn't let my drunk friends come into my house and puke all over my shit. It's cool. I mean,
he was drinking Citrorama anyway.
so what we're trying to say is all of you guys follow us up to Seattle and we'll do some damage and shit to our house. But
Yeah. We're gonna have a barbecue and use their house.
I'm not into that shit. But I did see
can dance a little bit, but it's gonna... Fucking excellent song, you gotta admit. Old school right here, old school shit. I was gonna give you guys. Give me a minute.
Oh, sorry.
I think we're only gonna play like one or two more since you guys are so unactivated and since like a bunch of fucking library students. But before we say,
we want to see you mosh and
one or
kill
two
each
songs to
other.
make you guys suffer with the lack of plannedness.
We want to see the floor spin.
Before we make you guys
I wanna see
suffer and
Pee-wee
walk
laugh.
away,
Drink some more beer.
we play with a lot of bands that want to change the world, and that's all fine and dandy, but you can't really do anything unless you get out there and hang out with the assholes that you hate. And if you just stick to the people that you want to be around, hang on, people exactly like you, you're really not going to do anything except fool yourself. So, I don't know. Maybe, hopefully you guys are fucking smart enough to add it up from there.
We're fucking hanging out
Well,
with
you
My point
obviously
is
you're the
you're a
fucking
prick.
idiot who can't figure it out.
you guys are a bunch of assholes.
The guy's got a swastika on his arm or whatever. It doesn't mean you can't talk to him.
Songs about being born.
In Bakersfield, wait. I'm going to reflect on Jets. We're having
The corollary.
Hold on. In Bakersfield, we have a friend. He happens to be black. He's cool. His name's FYP Jones. Just in case you wanted.
That's for fuckhead.
I'm sick, so whatever. Anyways, we're in Bakersfield. This guy has a swastika. He's dancing to our music. He likes our band. You know, whatever. We make this speech like, oh, we don't like racism because it sucks. And blah, blah, blah. But he comes out, you know.
He jumped up on stage.
He shook Fuckhead's hand.
Yeah.
The moral of the story is he shook Bucket's hand because we didn't give him a lot of shit.
We
didn't give him a
ended
self-righteous
racism right
attitude.
there with fucking sounding like shit.
Yeah, that guy is
We
going to
ended
go
it
and
all.
start scratching it off.
So if you go
his arm.
outside and you see like racism shit, it's just fake because we ended it in Bakersfield. This song's, anyways, we're gonna end prostitution or end the illegalization of prostitution right now.
Yeah, because it's just the sale of a product.
yeah, it's a-
People
I
want to
mean,
prostitute themselves.
if you
We
wanna
do
go
it
and
every
fuck,
night.
If you want to go and fuck, that's cool. If you want to charge money to do it, we think it's cool, you know?
Yeah.
Because people fuck you for money everywhere,
Yep.
including us. You guys paid
Might
for
as
the
well
show.
enjoy it a little
Fuck you in the
bit.
ass. We totally ripped you off. And so we're going to make it legal with this song. Unless Jed's E-string breaks. Because we know how to... We never talk this much either. I guess we're just fucked up. Let's do the fast part so everybody goes, hey. We added this part into that song where it goes, hey, oi, as you saw right there.
Go, hey,
Everybody.
boy, hey.
You ready?
Start from the fast. You pick it up from the fast part.
You guys ready? If
Go, hey, oi, hey.
If we
Hey,
don't
oi, hey.
have hays and oys,
That was the new Bomb Turks.
We're gonna change into a metal band.
what guinea pigs? I can't believe you guys did that. You guys
Okay, we'll do a
did
couple more songs since
we
you
don't
got
listen to
your
what people
fucking
say.
feet.
We're gonna kick back.
Idiots.
This is our last song. We're gonna play Ickies later on tonight.
Hey, wait.
Open mic night. We're gonna get acoustic and play some full.
No, we're not gonna play it until the Artless Motives play.
Yeah, they're playing
No, like,
next.
Artless Motives and us are both gonna go to Iggy's. Ickies.
Ickies.
And,
Ooh.
slip.
Ready?
Hey, what's up? What are we doing, Dave?
Ready? Ready?
I'm sorry.
For the record, that was
This is a
Jen.
really
We're counting.
cool
We're
song.
like,
We haven't played it on tour yet, but it's fucking cool.
we're getting demerits for who fucks
This
up.
is
at
another one of
shows.
those preachy
Right
songs.
now, I have
Teach
no
you not to
demerits.
beat your
I hope
kids
you know
up.
that.
Teach
He
your
has a
kids
bunch
to be
of them.
happy
He has a
and
bunch
you'll
of
be happy.
them. I'm perfect.
You can't even take a fucking solid vowel. Ready?
Give me some slack on this one, too.
After Citrorama, I can.
Alright, don't fuck up.
It's one of those ones I had to learn after we learned how to play it.
Screw sheep.